Hello and welcome to episode something 385, 45, 35,
329,
335 is what's written in the title.
All right. The title
That's
will be
got to be
high.
accurate. Yeah.
Title has been updated consistently and is telling the truth.
All right. 335.
Just like the description of DCP live on Twitch. It's definitely Holtzman as a regular host. And...
Yeah, Patrick's there, Pope's there. Listen, everyone's still here. They're still in the Twitter DM, if that counts for anything.
Maybe it's time to do a little
Right,
of the
yeah.
back end bookkeeping there, housekeeping.
We don't take them out until they leave the Twitter DM. They gotta
Yeah.
leave by themselves.
You gotta
Otherwise,
die.
you're sticking around forever.
Oh. Why is this like the stream is a mega zoom? Like my face is like.
Oh, that's how I like it.
I feel like people looking at my. See, people could be like, TV, you got a booger up there or something, you know? They're all up in my grill.
I think you were not here when I sized your window. I think that's what happened.
That could be it.
How's that? Is that better? A little better?
Okay.
Can I
Lovely
pan down
blank
those
walls.
shorts a little
Yeah.
bit?
That's right. That's perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. That looks
They were
great.
just all close and personal.
TV, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Life is good.
Yeah.
You know, springtime's here. Yeah, we got we been on a wait list with a breeder for a puppy for a long time, for like over half a year.
Ooh.
And finally a week from tomorrow we get to
Oh,
go
exciting.
and make our pick. So we get first pick of this litter, so we'll be picking a puppy, and then 2 weeks after that we get to bring her home, and that'll be our kid's first like puppy to grow up
Oh,
with.
that's gonna be
You know,
fun.
our other dog was around before they were born, so
Yeah.
he
What
was
kind of
like their
puppy?
protector. But this one will be get to grow up with him. Be good.
What kind of puppy?
Oh, nice.
Chocolate lab.
Oh, I love labs.
No.
Oh,
Yep, we figured
Perfect.
just keep something for the kids. You know, can't go wrong with the lab.
No, yeah, you can't.
Mhm.
Mylan, how are you doing? I saw a comment on last week's episode. It says, "No way Aztec Cross is 2 in lore. Laugh my ass off. No way." I think you just got upgraded.
oh no! I think they're saying I'm down to 3. Are they?
Oh no!
like,
he's saying,
like,
no way.
yeah, I was gonna
Aztec
say, it
Cross
sounds
is
like you
2.
got demoted.
I thought he
Two.
was
Okay,
arguing
I'm
that
number
you were
1.
higher than Aztec Cross.
He's like, no way, he's 2, he's
That-
5. Come on.
That doesn't sound like my community. Is it on my channel? I
We're gonna-
also
We're gonna need
I
some
also
clarification, Stevie O.
I also got I had lots of lovely taint scratching comments, which always make me giggle.
Good job,
Yeah.
everybody.
Specifically when
Times.
they involve sponsors. Someone said, "Oh, wait, let me find it." But it was
that
to
for a
do with
Manscaped ad?
So it was for a Manscaped ad.
I feel like they would
which
appreciate
is,
it. They'd appreciate the joke.
You know, they're not paying me to say this, but just quietly, they're my favorite sponsor to work with because they literally do not care what you say. You talk about dick and
They're-
balls all day, and
they're
like,
great.
great ad.
Love it. Love that for you.
love it. Like, bit of a shout out here to Kevin. Kevin says, "Thanks for the discount code. I ordered some new Manscaped products, and I'll be shaving my taint when I receive them."
Nice. Get after it, Kevin.
Good job, guys.
That's right. Get that.
Thank you,
I'm
Kevin.
proud of you. Thank you.
Proud, Kevin. Don't send me any
Okay.
photos though, please.
I had a company
Well, before and
contact
after.
me this week, and they wanted me to review like a set of things, like a full set of things. They wanted to pay me to do this, but they wanted to have final approval over the review. So I said, "Well, that's not a review. You're paying me to advertise for you, right?
Say
Like
stuff.
that's
Yeah.
there's a difference here."
Yeah.
They're like, "No.
Mhm.
We want you to review it. We don't want you to say that." Well, I'm like, I think that's illegal. Like, I don't even think you can do that, like, legally. So I'm like, let's just not. How about that?
Yeah. Yep. That's why I don't do video games really.
Yeah,
You got to
this
say
was,
stuff about
this
you
was
don't
like hardware more than like games. It was like a set of
Yeah.
accessories that you would, I don't want to like give too much away, so I'm just gonna drop it. But it was not.
It reminds me when Anthem came out,
Uh-huh.
a bunch of content creators got paid to go to Japan, including myself, and like preview it. And one of them was a games reviewer. And then like this big thing came out was like because they submitted their review and it was like this game's complete trash, like it's so broken.
Yeah.
And then Anthem's like, you can't publish that. And they're like, well,
Why?
Oh,
And
because
then,
you signed
like,
something that said they have approval over what you say about the
well,
game?
yeah, I mean, it was a sponsorship. You weren't meant to like critique it.
Oh,
You were meant to
interesting.
be like,
Got to read that fine print.
yeah. And then there was the whole thing that was about it too, because everyone's like, well, you shouldn't have gone anyway, because you went there with the intention of reviewing it and you got on their dime. Like, you probably should have pulled up earlier as well.
Yeah, but that's so common in like other industries. Like car reviewers get flown all over the
Yeah.
country to
Yeah.
like drive
Really?
cars, and then they say theoretically they say whatever they want to about the car.
Yeah, I watched like
Probably just
dirt
need to
bike
have that
reviews,
conversation
too.
early though, right?
And they do the same thing, Briar, with like the dirt bike community.
Yeah.
They'll send a bike out. They'll have someone drive a bike out to your house for a reviewer, and they'll be like,
Yeah,
put it through, like run it through his paces and say, be honest.
yeah.
And that's totally expected.
If you got a product that's worth that you think can stand on its own in that environment, I think that's the right way to go. If you're making
Yeah.
shit, then probably not the smartest idea, right? You're gonna
Yeah,
wanna-
that's right. You need to focus on a different marketing strategy than.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never had someone tell me like you can't be honest, basically.
Yeah, they wanted
Yeah.
final. They wanted final. Like I had to send them the video before I posted it, and so they could
Nah.
edit it. I was like, I don't think
It's
that's gonna
fine
work.
if they're like, we just don't want any disrespect towards the devs, right? Like, don't be like, this is lazy, this is like whatever.
Yeah.
I don't mean asshole, but yeah, I've never had anyone be like, we're gonna need final say.
Yeah, in the past I've said,
Well, you
I'd
haven't
rather
had a
not take
Raid
money,
Shadow
but you
Legends.
can send me product, and I'm gonna
God.
review it like as if I had bought it myself. But I will say at the beginning of the video, they sent me this for free.
Yeah.
The worst sponsors for me are the ones that just they'll want you to do revisions over and over and over, and it's like you're on like your fourth draft, and they're like, why don't you do this now? It's like you could have told me that a week and a half ago, the first time I submitted the draft.
Yeah.
Then they just keep adding stuff, and eventually I'm like, no, I've had it before. I'm like, no, this is my final draft, so you will either take it or leave it.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Miss 5,000 watts. What is the straw that
Hello.
broke the camel's back?
No idea. My life, probably just existing. Yeah,
Here-
it was going well. My back was going good. It's feeling good. I was like, oh man, might do some regular kind of streams next week. Feeling nice. And then all of a sudden, Friday, just pain in a whole different part of my back that I hadn't experienced before.
You just scream pain.
I
pain.
did. I was like, I've had enough. I don't like this. I would like a refund. But I'm feeling way better now, and my physical therapist has a really good plan. He also has a pretty good idea of why it kind of triggered some more pain. So I think we're good. We're working towards it. And every time I leave his session specifically, I leave feeling amazing.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
Did you tell him it might be 335 weeks worth of carrying a podcast?
As the positive member of the podcast, that is true. As you'll find out later, very positive.
Very positive.
Copy that.
I'm positive about it all.
Not
Copy that.
not at all dysfunctional. Should we
Don't
just
give
jump
anything
into it?
away. Don't give anything away.
Well, what happened? Oh, Iron Banner's back.
Okay.
Yeah.
EV
You wanna talk about
loves Iron Banner. We can talk about trials first. Oh, right, the trials settings, the matchmaking settings.
That's right.
That's
the
a big deal.
trials
Let's let's
matchmaking.
start there. That was
There
first.
you go.
That was first. Yeah.
That was first.
How do you feel?
Did you get a chance to jump into it in the end, Watts, or not?
I did. Yeah, I was like, I did it right on Monday because that's when I started feeling more kind of normal. And I was like, let me just give it a go. Went flawless. And I was like,
Really?
I gave it a go. And I was like, cool. I don't really have, it was hard to get an opinion because I really didn't play that much. I think I reset once and I was playing solo, and then yeah, that was it.
Wait, did you guys flawless solo or?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay, impressive. Okay, so what did you think then?
Well, the thing with the matchmaking, right, is that it's just totally random. So you
It's luck.
could luck out and get like the best people on your team and terrible people on the enemy team 7 times in a row, and you're good. You're good. And
Oh,
you'll
let's
you'll
hope.
come away from that experience and be like, that was great. Way better. Awesome. But it could also go the complete opposite way because there's
Yeah.
nothing that they're using to matchmake you. They're not doing anything. It's just they have the 2
Luck of
pools.
the draw.
That's it. Yeah.
Mm,
It's just total RNG.
Yep.
Yep.
So the bigger the pool,
mean-
the better that's gonna feel. But this week was a not great map with a mode that people don't really like on that map, and for
Yeah.
a heavy machine gun, which no one really cares about.
Yeah, that's I think very important to bring up because I think a lot of people just immediately assumed that the quality of the weekend being low was because of the new matchmaking changes, and I'm not ready to definitively say that that's the case because of those other factors that you just brought up. The map historically has played very poorly. There's a good spawn and there's a bad spawn. You know, most trials maps, whichever side of the map you spawn on, it's not a big deal. Most maps are symmetrical. There's no advantage to it, but Distant Shore, if you get the C spawn, you literally spawn with direct line of sight on every major thoroughfare on that map. Grotto, Rotunda, Cave, and the B platform. You see it all from spawn. So you automatically have that huge advantage. So the map being bad and imbalanced is definitely a factor. Like you said, the loot wasn't desirable, so you didn't pull in a ton of people. In fact, we had 15,000 fewer players overall than the week before in trials. So that's definitely a factor too. Yeah.
And the next
Yes,
testing was
I
gonna
re-
be also great. Yeah, go ahead. How was it, Mylan? And how's it in Aussie land? Your matchmaking times were like 12 times as long as mine, I think.
No, well, I mean, trials was really quick
Oh, was
compared to
it? It
doing
was
like
comp.
comp.
It was comp that was
Yeah,
yeah,
comp.
never mind.
I actually, for the first time ever, I got a message on comp like, "We can't find you a game." I can't remember exactly what it said.
Whoa,
It's like
really?
you've
Really?
yeah.
Disaster.
It actually kicks you out of the queue and says like, "We can't find you a game."
Sorry,
he's
we
in
tried.
Which has like the most amount of players in that rank. I mean, sorry, they don't care about rank. Never mind, just kidding.
That's right.
My experience in trials actually recorded how many wins, how many losses. So I had
Ooh.
9 wins, 8 losses. I did all solo. It was very varied games. Like the experience was varied, and I had a pretty good time, to be honest. There was definitely no way I was going to go flawless solo anyway. Like it wasn't going to happen unless I just got really lucky with who I got matched. When I lost, I really lost, and when I won, it was because I actually recorded the differences in the scores. Like I pretty much was, winning by 3 or up when I won. But when I lost, it was like most of my losses were actually like a stomping. The harder games was when I had duos. Show the stats. I got the stats here. You want to see the stats?
Yeah, show us the stats. Give us the science. For audio listeners, Mylan is pulling video magic that you're gonna have to catch on YouTube.
Yep.
Look
Yeah.
at
So
that
wins. Yeah. See, like winning by 5, winning by 4, or winning by 3, right? So
yeah.
stack towards the higher end, and then losing. Yeah, losing by 4, losing by 3. Oh, so they were close losses. I said it wrong way around. So yeah, they're actually close losses, and then winning pretty definitively for my wins, and then 9 wins, 8 losses. So yeah, it was varied, but I definitely wasn't gonna get 7 wins in a row, and it felt more difficult to go flawless. But they didn't quite bother me. It did sort of feel like original trials kind of deal where I had to like ring the boys. Oh, what you doing on the weekend? Like we need to get together and like I need help to get flawless essentially. So I think because there were a fair few complaints online, and I think it probably was like, yeah, it's harder to go flawless, right? Would you agree with that? Like it's harder to go flawless with that system than not. But I don't know whether that instantly makes it a bad system or not. But at the same time, I just feel like trials is kind of outdated, and people are sort of expecting to be able to go flawless every weekend. When trials first released, I felt like like the casual player would be like, I'm not going to go flawless. And then now we're in a sort of state where it's like the casual player could go flawless, and now it's sort of gone back to the state where I think like the casual player can't go flawless. So it's a bit of like shock to the system, I guess.
Now let me ask you this, Mylan. I know, you don't have a huge sample size, but when you were solo
No,
queuing, did you find that you were mostly matching with other solos, or were you getting paired up with a duo against another team that had a duo
I,
and a solo?
I really wish I noted them. I did notice at least, you know, probably 5 or so games that were clearly duos because they were in the same clan
Yeah.
or they disconnected at the same time. And those matches were definitely harder. And I was surprised that I saw that, I don't know, so often, but I didn't record how many times that happened. It did feel like I was being paired with duos more
Yeah.
than what Bungie would suggest, but I didn't make note of it.
So I had like a pretty different experience, I think, just luck of the draw than most people. Because a lot of the feedback I saw was that as a solo player, it felt like Bungie was really trying to force the team side of trials. And if you were a solo player, it was trying to put you with a duo more often. Like it was trying to really encourage that team play.
TV,
Um,
maybe you live with a lot of lonely people. Lonely folks around TV's place.
maybe,
Or just lone wolves
but
who don't like people.
it's possible. But I didn't. I think I banged out one solo flawless. So again, my sample size isn't that big for solo queuing. I mostly duo queued, a lot of duo queuing that weekend. But I did bang out one solo flawless, and I think only one of my games was with duos in it, and everything else was
Really?
all solos. And it was pretty chill. Like, I lost my Mercy, but it was a close match. And then managed to go flawless after that. But everything felt pretty chill and well balanced. So I don't know. I know a lot of people had a very negative experience, and I just kind of didn't. So
I didn't. I
other
didn't
than the
either.
fact that it was Shores of Time, I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
also came
See,
into contact with a lot of duos. It was mostly duos that I was being put with. And I think if we're going forward with this system and not changing much, I know we have the Mercy card changes happening.
Right?
Maybe
Yeah.
just take a teeny bit longer to match solos with solos. If it obviously we don't want it to take forever. We don't want them to be searching to China if you're in California. But, maybe just spend like a couple extra seconds finding solos versus solos because maybe that feels a bit better for people.
Maybe.
mm, mm.
But yeah, I'm anxious to see how it'll shake down the next time that we try out the matchmaking
Yeah, the
changes.
next
And
time.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
gonna be
I
a
mean, I
great
also want to
experiment.
try it during uh on peak during Aussie times because I was playing
Yeah.
middle of the day on a Monday. So and it's connection based. So, I think people in Australia playing on a Monday uh either complete bums like me who are streaming or like making
Hey,
YouTube
let's not
content
throw
or
around the B word.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just take it easy.
degenerates or they're you know uh, they're uni students or they're people I mean, I guess they could have night shift work and that kind of stuff, but I don't. I feel like off peak, you're gonna have a smaller population, and you're gonna
Sure.
have people that maybe play the game a bit more than your typical player. So, I should give it a shot over a weekend.
I do think the one statistic that it would be worth keeping an eye on that we saw this weekend with the changes is, like I said, we saw a 15,000 player decrease from the previous week on Endless Veil, but we saw a 31,000 player decrease in the number of players who actually managed to go flawless. So
Mhm.
I think it's pretty clear that this week
Huge.
the ratio of players to flawless players for the weekend got worse. So,
Right.
like you're saying, Mylan, very clearly, most people had more difficulty going flawless. So
Yeah,
that's one thing that we do want to keep an eye
I
on.
think so.
But obviously, like you said, also the Mercy card is getting updated next season, and so you're
Yeah.
going to be able to lose twice, and that will help that stat a lot as well, I think. But it won't. But it probably won't change the number of times you lose in general, so I don't know if that'll affect your fun or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Worth
mean,
keeping an eye on.
ultimately it's pure connection-based matchmaking within those two pools. And apparently the pool only cares if you have a loss on your card or not. That's all it cares about. Do you have a loss on your card? Yes. You go into the baby pool? No, you go in the big boy pool.
Mhm.
So besides
Yep.
that, it's just connection-based matchmaking. So it really is just luck of the draw. You could get on and have a fantastic time. You could get on and have a terrible time.
So I think the other complaint about like farming, because I never went flawless, so I never really got to experience what it's like to get some wins on a 7-win card to get adepts, and I don't exactly know how that works or doesn't work. Like once you get your flawless card and you've got 7 wins on it, what did you guys keep playing after that? Did you keep trying to
Yeah.
get
So on
more loot?
Friday, playing with Hovey, we went flawless, and then we continued to play on that card um, until it got a red mark on it. And basically, every time we won a game after the card was full, we got another adept machine gun to drop. So we racked up a bunch of drops, and we didn't have to wait until the pool was up, obviously, to do it. So that was nice. But then the trade-off is that, as far as I understand it, once you get a loss on that card, you then have to take that card back to Saint, turn it in for your last freebie, adept drop, and then
And you
start the
still get
grind all over
adepts.
again.
You can still get adepts on the flawed card, can you not? You
Um,
used to be able to, right?
you used to be able to, and maybe chat can speak to this, but we turned. I know we turned ours in after we got a loss, because
Okay.
after we won our next game, we didn't get a drop. We just assumed that was the reason. Maybe it's just a luck of the draw. Who knows? But neither
I
of us
have
got
a
a drop.
yeah, I don't know for sure. I have a feeling that because they're doing this 2 pool system, you're not gonna be able to farm in the baby pool to get adept loot. I can't see Bungie doing that. I think that would be I don't know, it could be good, it could be bad. But I have a feeling that the way that they're gonna do it is if you're still flawless, you can play and get more adepts. If you're not, you're gonna have to turn it in and try and go flawless again.
Yeah.
Someone did say you can, but the drop rate sucks. And just to be specific, we are talking about when you have a flawed card where you've been flawless. If
Right.
you can get
Yeah.
adept drops after that.
Which you could do when the pool was up, but when the
Yeah.
pool was gone, I guess I should have done some more play testing to really get a
No,
definitive answer
apparently you
there.
can.
Yeah, someone says farming even on Sunday on a flawed card. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There you go. So
I
you're gonna
farmed
have
before
more
Sunday on
days
a
to farm
flawed
then.
flawless.
Yeah, you will have more
Okay.
days. Yeah. You won't just have Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, so I guess what I wanted to see, I didn't get to experience. So I was interested in those people farming, what the matchmaking was like when farming, because obviously it's farming protection too. So like, did it go
Right.
easy for a sec, and then did it go back hard? Like, did you notice when you get put back into the big one, or did it just seem similar?
From what I was, again, so this is secondhand information, so I didn't get definitive answers on that. For me, it never got easier after going flawless, and continuing to play. And from what I was told is if you were farming after you had gone flawless, even if you started getting losses, it kept you in the challenger pool because you already proved that you were good enough to go flawless, and now you're
Mm.
clearly not resetting your card. You're there just to get adept drops. So it's not going to give you a freebie against a team that's not gone flawless yet and is really trying to get there. So from what I was told, you stayed in the challenger pool, but I can't speak definitively. I guess maybe it'd be a good idea to have some clarification, maybe ask some questions and probe around a little bit with the team.
Yeah,
I think in general, it was just a varied experience, and
yeah.
I think maybe my experience is pretty similar to a lot of people. With was it 30,000 didn't go flawless? Like I actually had a good
30,000,
time.
yeah.
I just was like, there's no way I'm going flawless. It's the day that I was playing.
It was something like 6% less players, but like 30% something less flawless. Or I saw that
Yeah,
statistic
right.
swimming around.
Right. So the drop in players overall was 6%. The drop in flawless players was 29%.
Okay, I was
Right.
close. um, so I want to float something by you guys because I think, like we said, trials is kind of outdated, just the way it is now, right? I think our biggest
Mm.
concern as anyone who has enjoyed trials is getting people in the playlist. That's all I want. I just want people to get in the playlist, whether they're going for flawless, whether they're just trying to like level up or whatever. So I kind of feel like there could be a system where you never have to reset your card, but every time you lose, maybe you have to get an extra win to get the flawless loot or something like that. Or maybe you need more wins to go quote unquote flawless or to the lighthouse. But
Yeah.
I think it's very intimidating for players when they're on like their 5th game and they lose and they have to restart and go all over again. Because
Mhm.
for your average player, honestly, winning 7 games is quite a big time investment anyway.
Absolutely.
And the loot is like not that great, let's be honest. You can get better loot from doing a nightfall. So, I feel like I'd be totally fine if people could just sit in the playlist and try to get the wins on their card to go to the lighthouse and get the loot.
Like, are you just
Yeah.
saying like
Yeah.
you need like 7 cumulative wins? You don't need to get 7
Yeah,
flawless
something
to
like
go to
that,
the
or maybe it's
lighthouse?
9 if people want to
Yeah.
bump it up, but
That's
something.
I had suggested that one time last season in a video is that I think that adept loot through trials needs to be more accessible and not
Yeah.
kept behind that flawless accolade. I would be totally fine with allowing a casual player or whatever. Hey, you get 10 wins on your card, you get the adept loot. If you go 7-0, the trade off is that you get that loot faster and you can farm
Maybe you
faster.
get
And
artifice armor.
maybe we throw in artifice armor. Maybe we throw in some cosmetics like the ship, the sparrow, the ghost shell. Maybe those are the things. The cosmetics are
Yeah.
locked behind the flawless accolade. That way we
Yeah.
encourage players to spend more time in the playlist and get guaranteed loot. And I know that a lot of the better players are hesitant to receive that. They don't necessarily want that. But it's not that we're making the loot, I don't know, easy to get, because frankly, like you said, I don't think it's necessarily easy for a bad player to invest
No.
that much time into the game. If we're assuming they're collecting losses along the way, getting the 10 wins is a really big time investment for them. I would say that's not easy. It's not handing. They're always like, no, we don't want to give out free loot. It's like, that's not free.
It's
That
a
probably
big
took
time
them
investment.
2 to 3 hours to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I played 17 games, only got 9 wins.
And you got no adept loot.
Like,
No loot because there's
Yeah,
not
you
even
know,
any.
like-
There's no post game loot like there was in D1. In D1, players could at least play and get post game drops, which was nice. That's why I said like the whole crafting thing, like allowing people to focus engrams at Saint and whatever and get the old armor is great, but I would prefer if that was added as just post game rewards, so people can just play and collect armor.
I have a question for
Yeah.
you guys.
Yes.
And this is a bit of a devil's advocate argument. I don't know how strongly I actually feel about this, but every year, it seems almost every season, they're constantly trying to fix trials. They're like constantly putting all this time into
Yeah.
like tweaking trials, getting the matchmaking right, getting the modes right, getting the loot right. Like there's more talk about trials than by far than any other Crucible game mode.
True.
Is it time to step away from trials and try and like create a new trials experience, like something that hits as hard as trials? Trials hit real hard. Like when D1 came out and it came out, like it's unlike any other game mode you'd ever seen. It felt fresh. It felt like you almost felt like a pro gamer when you were playing it, because it was like this really like high
Excitement.
stress. Yeah, there was a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
But over the years, I think that excitement has worn off for a lot of people. I know a lot of people still enjoy trials, but I don't think it still has that same kind of razzle dazzle that it used to.
Well,
But they spend so much time and effort trying to tweak it and fix it and massage it to always have it like, oh well, the first 3 weeks of every season it's fantastic, and then everybody complains about it for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Bungie know this, right? Because remember, Trials was they talked about like revamping Trials, and then when they reintroduced it, it was the same, and everyone's like, "Huh? Yeah, this is still Trials." And then, then they've been doing those small tweaks to it, and then yeah, I agree, and this is I agree that I think the flawless idea is outdated now. I think people are a bit worn out on the mode in general, and I agree with like Watson TV. Just need to do what you need to do to get people in the playlist and wanting to grind and farm. And I think Trials is the end game content for PvP. You have end game content for PvE in the form of Grand Masters, where you can get adept loot. and you know what your time commitment is to it. And same with doing master rates. Whereas trials, there's like, as a casual player or someone who's not very good at PvP, you can't predict like how long to spend there and what you're going to get. And I feel like that just pushes people away from the playlist because
Yeah.
it can't be like, oh, I know I can, I've got an hour here, a couple hours here. I know I can jump in and do it and get something.
It needs to respect players' times more
Yeah.
than it does
Yeah.
right now.
What if
Yeah.
they put all this
Yeah.
time that they put into trials into the comp playlist and really flushed that out, made it like something really cool, and that became like the top tier of PvP?
Maybe. I really I hear what you're saying, Briar, but I really do see the charm in the trials experience and the draw that it can have on the casual. It's not. I mean, you can revamp the comp playlist. That's great. 2% of your player population is going to love it, and they're an important 2%. Don't get me wrong. But the thing that I love about trials is the way that the casual gamer can get excited about potential loot and that flawless experience, going to the lighthouse and seeing that chest and all that stuff. That's really cool. And I'm no like Bungie apologist, but at the same time, they did try to reinvent the Trials experience with the Trials of the Nine, and it didn't go over
Yeah.
well. And people said, "No, give us Trials of Osiris back. We want it back. We want it back." And they said, "Okay." And they brought Trials of Osiris back. And you know, we dog on Trials for sure, but at the same time, you look at the numbers. Endless Veil, over 400,000 people played. You go back to Burnout, 554, over 500,000 people played. It's like, it's not like it's dying, you know? There's a lot of people that interact with that content and get excited about it. So I'm totally all for doubling down and saying, how do we flesh this out to make it better and to really, like you're saying, respect the player's time, make sure they get their loot and have a good time doing it, because they want to love Trials. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that it is a special experience. I think it's an experience that I think Nightshade puts it pretty well. He said comp is like I have no chance, but Trials is like if I just get lucky, I can
Yeah.
because you just need 7 wins. Whereas in comp, I'm getting +5 for beating Ascendant players. So it's gonna take me 12 years. So it's and there's no loot. There's no loot in comp except for the Ascendant emblem. So that respects your time even less than Trials does. But yeah, I think if you just make it to where everyone knows that if they put some time in Trials, they will eventually get the big boy loot at the end. I just want people in the playlist because Trials is better when the population is big. It's always been
Absolutely.
like that. It's worse when the population's small. So whatever's going to increase people who maybe don't play as much PvP to jump in at the weekend is that's what we need to do, whatever that is.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
Iron Banner. The final week of Iron Banner, guys. Woo!
Yeah.
I need to do it.
Fortress.
I need to reset it.
It's Fortress.
I need one more reset for my title.
Fortress.
The Iron Lord.
I haven't been able to play much.
It's Fortress.
It's Fortress. I don't
map is
care.
it?
I need to do it one more time to reset.
What game mode is it? I wonder.
Fortress.
Oh, really?
Fortress. I'm not the biggest fan of Fortress.
Yeah.
Just
It
because
brings
of
all
the
the stinkies.
just because of the pacing. You know, I had a match today where I played. The enemy team was 4 Bubble Titans and 2 Wells.
Yeah.
So every time you wanted to go cap a zone, you'd run up to it and you would see I saved a screenshot because I came around the corner on Endless Veil and there are 3 barricades facing me with people with overshield standing behind them. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not doing this. And there's nothing you can do if you are not specifically kitted out to take on 4 overshielded opponents behind barricades, which none of us are.
How do you get out for that?
There's no magic build. I always see people who are like, well, you just gotta build. You just gotta have the right build. Like, what build are you running? That
You gotta have Witherhoard, and you gotta
Excuse
play
me.
Revenant Hunter, and you gotta zip in there and throw your super on them
It's
and
just-
throw
it's so
Witherhoard at
easy.
them. And it's so
Yeah. Have you heard of Witherhall? Have you heard of Witherhall? Because that's pretty good.
Yeah. But anyways, but the way that the scoring works, like you just throw your body at it and die because you don't really have another option. Like, what am I gonna do? Go back to my other home flag and do what? They're not gonna come for it. They've already got advantage and they're posted up there. So I
The
don't know.
one
I
thing that I
play
found
slow.
TV is two-tailed fox. Wait for the heavy. You grab the heavy. It will kill everyone in there. Everyone's dead. They're burning. They're electrocuted. They're sad. Sad gamers. That's the only way I've been able to do.
I like Deathbringer. Comes down from
You do like
above, like,
Deathbringer, yeah.
you know.
It catches people by it catches me by surprise.
You guys are both hunters, aren't you?
No, he's a warlock.
Excuse you?
He's a warlock. So
Oh,
he's a
just the
warlock.
way you were complaining about Titan shields, I thought you must be hunter.
No, Titans are just disgusting, and this game would be better if we deleted them.
I play all classes every week,
Excuse me.
Mylan. I'm a lover of all classes. I play
I
them all.
played warlock today.
Why?
I played the Broodweaver
I'm
because
proud
I
of you.
wanted to
love
role
Brood
play
Weaver.
as being a mother.
I love Brood Weaver. It's so fun.
And
Well, guess what? Guardian Games is gonna have
shut up.
class matchmaking.
I'm leaving. If I
You can use the
actually, I don't want to match
barricades,
Titans
baby.
or Warlocks. I don't want to match either of them because Firebolts right now
Yeah.
are also ruining my life.
Yeah, firebolts are pretty nasty too.
At least I don't have to play against Trip Mines though. That's nice.
That's true.
Yeah,
actually.
I can't wait to see a full team of 6 armed Paraspine trip
You're not gonna be able
mines.
to move because you can't kill the Trip Mines. It takes so long to kill the damn
Yeah,
Trip
you
Mine.
can't.
It's like your
Yeah.
whole clip.
Wasn't it just like one
I
bullet in
don't-
Destiny 1?
I would
It's
like
because of the exotic. It beefs the health.
I would like to remind you, Watts, that threadlings
Yes.
hunt down and kill trip mines.
Really?
They also kill. They can blow up tangles too.
So I found that out in
That's
trials
amazing, though.
playing against an Amkara hunter, and
great.
I'd throw it on my rift, and like the first baby would run up, take that thing out, and the other two would shoot out the door to chase him, and then I was just free to go and finish them. So they just don't know what hit them, you know. I love it.
That does sound good. There are a lot of. I mean, you're basically either playing a Trip Mine Hunter, a Firebolt Well Warlock, or an Arc or Bubble Titan.
Excuse me. I play Strand Titan very
Thank God.
respectfully, and I
No, that's
grapple
good.
and I grapple melee, and I make tangles and throw them around. That's about it. Then I whiff my super.
It was
Then I
8
activate my
wins,
super
9
and
losses in trials.
Yes, 8 wins, and that will get you 8 wins, 9 losses in trials.
Guaranteed. Got the Mylan guarantee, baby.
I do love, man.
This average build will get you 8 wins, 9 losses.
Put up a video. Please put out like a Berserker video.
Just
This
steal,
will make
steal
you go
Watts'
even.
thumbnail and just cross out like this overpowered build and just put average.
This mid build will make
Yeah.
you so mid, baby.
I do love seeing someone using Strand, and they've clearly put in a lot of time on it because you can tell there's a
Yeah.
big difference between like a good Strand player and someone who's just playing Strand.
Yeah,
That's what I like about it. It's got like the most skill expression.
High skill ceiling with Strand. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
that's what I like with Strand. Like I'm not pogging off every game, but every now and then I pull something out where I get
You
like a
berserk
cool
down the
tangle
river.
throw, or I'll berserk in the river. I'm like, it feels really cool. Yeah, it
The
feels
thing
good.
about Berserker, Mylan, do you have this too? The thing that drives me nuts when I'm trying to play Berserker is that melee ability sometimes just takes me in a direction like
Bro.
I'm not
Don't even
pointing at
pretend you don't have it. Literally pretend you don't
I
have
hit
it.
the melee button and my guy just goes shooting off the map and I'm like, what? No, what are you doing? It's weird.
Yeah, I literally use the melee as a movement ability. Never hit anyone with it because it does 0 damage. And I don't have an issue with the direction it goes in on mouse and keyboard. I've never had. It goes past people and like over melees, but I just use it as a movement thing.
What if you use it with Antaeus Wards? You slide in there and then you go bing bing with fists.
Bing,
Yeah.
bing, 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 bing. It's, honestly, if you only use that melee if they're close to dead, and if they're close to dead, you're better off just punching them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know,
What's
it's
that?
kind of how I don't love the rope dart on Hunter either. Like it can sometimes be cool, but I throw it. There's been so many times where I've thrown it and then I'm like running and I try and punch someone and I catch the stupid thing out of the air and then I die.
Oh.
So I wanted
Oh,
to punch
really?
the person, but the input to grab
Oh,
the
sure. I
spike
feel ya.
is melee.
Did you
Yeah.
see that clip that blew up
Mm.
on Twitter this week where a hunter had a rope dart coming at him, and he throws a trip mine, and it sticks to the rope dart, and
No.
then it goes back because it goes back like a boomerang. So it goes back to the hunter that threw it. He reaches out to catch it and just.
I did see that.
It was
That's
hilarious.
incredible.
Can you bind it separately on PC on keyboard and mouse?
I
Yeah.
assume it's
I have
powered
mine
melee,
bound
right? For the rope dart?
separately. Yeah. I have mine bound separately because if you are doing the grapple melee and you have your melee charged, it will not do the grapple melee.
Okay.
So I wanted to, move around the map by doing grapple melee, and most of the time I want to grapple melee, and I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. So it's so much better after you unbind them.
Yeah. I always have unbind.
They're gonna have to start making more buttons on controllers like next generation.
We're gonna need the MMO mouse, but on the controller. You're gonna need all the side
seriously.
buttons.
Like those buttons on the back pals are gonna start having to be their own buttons.
They're gonna have to start.
You know, you know what would break Destiny if they added a lane. Lane is, or
Oh my
any game
God.
that has lane, I always ran out of buttons. As
Yeah.
soon as there's a lane, then you can't use Q and A. Then I'm done. Like I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, you don't do. I do mouse buttons for my leans, for my peaks. 100%.
Well, PUBG was
Oh,
the first
yeah, I
game
see
that
what
I
you're
played
saying,
a lot of
yeah.
that had a lean, and it broke my brain for like the longest time. But it was so powerful. Like you had to use it, or you didn't have to, but it was powerful.
Well,
I
it's
see
better than
little-
stepping out, putting your whole chest in front of people. you know?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I see a lean in games, and I'm like, I'm not playing that game.
Really?
I don't want to deal with it.
Really?
Pass.
I want to slide around and jump and bunny hop. That's what I want to do.
My wife and I play this game called Ready or Not. It's like a tactical shooter.
Oh.
And we have a lot of fun with it. And so, like, one of us will go high and lean, the other one will peek down low and lean, and like shoot stun grenades while the other one's shooting suppressor from. It's fun. We have fun with it, but it's good time.
I've been meaning to play that game. I like those.
Yeah, they're
games.
like pretty regularly updating it, new maps and stuff like that. So
That's good.
it's very adult content, though. Just as a heads up.
That's how I like
Can
it.
you stream it? Or are they naked and bleeding?
I would not stream it because I don't need my stream seeing me rescuing a hooker in fishnet and tossing her over my shoulder to carry her out of it.
Well, they
Oh
just
yeah, this is the guy. See you guys Monday. It's straight to stream.
That would work great for Mylan stream.
Yeah.
Hobbits love hookers.
Name a more
is that the
iconic
lore
duo
on
than
Hobbits?
Hobbits
I
and
didn't know that.
hookers.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Bilbo.
They go around going puppies. They like strong hookers. They can carry them around.
Who doesn't?
Guardian Games coming back.
Right.
Yes.
Guardian Games
Yes.
returning May 2nd.
Guardian Games. Right. There was a whole freaking thing about that.
Yeah, there sure was.
Publification.
I've read the 12, but I haven't read the Guardian Games one.
I haven't read the Guardian Games one either.
Does nobody
God
care about
damn
Guardian
TV.
Games? Is
No,
that what
I-
Guardian
I-
Games has become?
Okay, yeah. Bullet points. Supremacy's coming back.
That's
This is
pretty
where,
cool.
if you didn't know that about what that is where things drop on the floor, you pick them up.
Kill confirmed.
Kill confirmed. But this time,
Yeah.
it's class versus class. So you're going to be all hunters versus all titans, all warlocks versus all titans, etc.
Do you guys think that's a good idea? I think it's something that the
gonna
community's
be
asked
terrible.
for in the past. Because
We have. I think we have when it was slightly less obnoxious to play an entire team of the same class.
I think every
Oh.
class has their like
Oh, God.
obnoxious
They
loadout.
do.
yeah,
They do.
for sure.
They really do. I do not want to play against like 6 bubble titans.
I don't want to play against 6 Titans at all. That's my
I
one
don't-
thing. It's like if I see Titans, I'm backing out. I get a team
Yeah,
of
I'm leaving.
hunters. We're there to play, baby.
Titans are gonna have no one to play against because everyone's gonna like, no, unless you put your wall away, then I'll play against you.
So
Put your
you
ball.
have to play
ball.
thrusters.
You do. Man, when I see someone who's really good with thrusters,
It's all I use. It's all I use. Thruster's so good.
This guy was freaking nuts the other day when I saw him on Thruster. I can't catch him. He's so fast. He's zipping around all over the place.
Yeah.
Yes, people
Archons are
sleep
still
on
pretty
it.
strong.
People sleep on it because
Yep.
you run max resilience, but then you're also running the fragment that makes it so that sprinting gives you class ability energy, which is like all you do as a Titan. If you're playing Arc, you're just do because you always have that thruster up. It's so fun.
Oh no, is it gonna be?
Yes, a
Is
class
this playlist
matchmaking.
SBMM?
I'm sorry, you both said that at the same time, and I didn't understand either one of you.
I was just wondering if there was clarification on if this mode is SBMM or not.
Oh,
I'm imagining not if it's going to be class based. Like I imagine just going to have to grab whoever's around.
yeah.
That's what I would think. Let us pray.
Otherwise, the match time's going to be too long.
Yes. Has to be connection. Impossible for any other thing to exist.
Yeah. Impossible.
Yeah. Impossible.
Impossible.
I can wait. I can read. You're reading.
I think I got a couple summaries here. I mean,
Okay.
how it's going to work? You get medallions, right? You get bronze and silver for low tier medallion
like
activities,
Gambit,
like
and Crucible, which is really funny that it's those two. You know, the stepchildren.
Neptune activities, Defiant Battlegrounds, Vanguard playlist, and then you get high tier gold and platinum medallions from Nightfalls, Raids, Dungeons, Competitive Crucible, Trials of Osiris, Legend Defiant Battlegrounds. And then you deposit them in the tower to represent your class, and you can also pick up contender cards, which they're just bounties, really, are they? They're just like do X thing to get a gold medallion, platinum medallion, and then you can only hold a couple of those each. I think you can only carry 2 contender cards at a time, one for strikes and Gambit, another one focused on the Crucible, and then 2 platinum cards costing 1,500 glimmer each. Carry 2 at a time. Strikes, yeah, blah, blah.
Bada bing.
Yeah. I think they've simplified it. So you just basically get medallions, right? And you get medallions for doing activities, bang them into the tower, pick up your contender cards, complete them, get more medallions, bang them in.
Now you may be wondering, why am I playing Guardian games? Well, I have the answer. And that is that there's going to be a scout rifle, and it is a Strand scout rifle. That's very important.
Lightweight.
We don't have that.
Interesting.
And
is
it's
this the
lightweight.
one picture that looks like hung jury?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's got green goop.
Oh.
Green goop.
It's very different. It's got green on it.
I understand now.
Open your eyes.
Green. I say Strand, I feel works like when you're playing a Strand subclass, you even more so want to be using a Strand weapon than if you're on any other subclass. So I'm always really excited when it's a Strand thing. Because I'm like, I have another option.
What do you want on this Strand? What's the gold roll with?
Right?
Oh, is it already on light.gg?
Apparently. Yes,
No
it's
shot.
the Taraxipos. Taraxipos.
Bless you. How do you spell that?
Apparently ghost. Apparently means ghost horse.
Taraxippos. It's like hippos, but
Zippos.
Zippos. That's what I'm calling it, the Zippo.
What you're seeing this on?
Zippos.
What's your god roll Zippo?
Taraxipos.
I'll put it in the Twitch chat. There you go, guys.
Oh, I
don't
see.
look at it if you don't want to be spoiled, of course. But yeah, it's a lightweight frame, so it is different to Hung Jury.
It's in the twab. How are you gonna get spoiled?
Well, because it's got the perks on it. Maybe people don't want to know the perks right away. It's got hatchling on it.
It's got hatchling. It's got keep away. It's got kill clip. It's got encore. It's got explosive
keep
payload.
away.
Like holy, this thing's juiced.
It's pretty good.
Moving target Zen moment with a lightweight. You're gonna want Zen moment probably. Jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That thing's kind of juiced.
Where's the video coming out? I want to have a look. What do I need to get?
If you want to cosplay as a mother, you need hatchling. It's important.
That.
Yeah, if you want to be a brooding mother.
Tidal Void is coming back too, which is a good Void
It
SMG.
is. And it's
With-
coming with repulsor
Repulsor.
brace.
Yeah,
Bazinga.
that's worth it.
Repulsor braces. I want that. If I'm using Void and I'm doing like PvE especially, I'm
Yeah,
only using
yeah.
something with repulsor brace.
It's so nice.
It's great.
I mean, you probably
So,
have to.
yeah.
It's especially powerful with the current artifacts mods, but you know, otherwise play Hunter, I guess, right? Oh no, you can play Void. Play a Void subclass. You'll be fine. Repulsor.
There's also that's guarding games basically. Yes.
Okay.
But there's also like strike scoring is coming back, and I know a lot of us here do enjoy strike scoring. It's a thing that I've kind of just wanted in strikes in general, but it's coming back. It's coming back this year with updated milestones, challenges, and new strike medals. So getting a high score and doing all of the different things to get different medals for the scoring is going to
Are they going to do
pretty
leaderboards again?
fun. Ooh, I don't know. They are bringing back
No.
2 strike playlists: the Guardian Games Ops playlist and the Guardian Games Ops competitive playlist.
Oh, competitive.
Both are available with regular matchmaking and with class-based matchmaking that you can earn additional rewards from. And the competitive playlist will also feature a non-matchmaking option in case you want to compete with a pre-made fire team.
Competitive rewards include rage and depression.
Rewards.
Basically, the difference is that the competitive playlist focuses on a weekly strike that operates as a nightfall with modifiers and a hero difficulty scaling, whereas the other one is just all of the strikes. All the
Okay.
strikes. You can play all of them. So you're trying to like really perfect your score that you're getting, basically, if you're playing the competitive one.
Okay.
That's kind of a neat idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Spices it up.
if you do want to brag, when you're in the tower, your class item will show your score by changing color and will also glow in a unique way if your score is higher than anyone else. That's pretty fun.
Oh.
I love being an elitist.
Super fun.
It's what makes me
Yes.
want to play the game, honestly. I want
That's why
the
I'm here.
cosmetic things that makes me go, hey, look at this. Pretty cool. We've got the armor. The armor, what do you guys think? We've got Warlock first. TV, you're a Warlock. How are you feeling about the Warlock?
I am a warlock main.
You got a bike helmet?
I think it looks pretty cool.
It's a very safe helmet in case of a
Hey.
crash.
Hey, I'm a dirt biker, bud. I mean, I'm down to clown with that. I think it looks pretty good. It kind of gives me Bumblebee vibes too on the helmet.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think last year's armor is pretty tough to beat for the warlock though. That was like a very clean look.
That was a good look.
It was good.
But I like the helmet for sure, and I do like the boots as well because the like armor plating on the thighs. I like that. Too many warlock boots are like indistinguishable because they're all just so boring and bland. They just look like boots. So anything that sets them apart, I can get down with.
Use some bell bottoms. How about some bell bottoms? That'd be fun.
Flared
some swishy
pants. Some MC Hammer pants.
Okay. Uh-oh. Here comes the hammer.
The Titan, Mylan, you're a Titan. You got
Well, yeah, I'm also a
headphones.
time with zero fashion sense, so
Well, that's because
who knows?
You don't
Yeah,
get to
I
see
mean,
your pants.
you
I can't see the panties, so I'm not too sure.
You can't
what's
see
going
the
on there.
panties. I don't know
No,
about
you
these
can't.
headphones, man. They look kind of
You
weird.
have headphones. You don't like the headphones?
Yeah, it's like he's
Oh, the
he's
headphones! I
listening.
didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to. It's almost like a workout vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like he's,
Mm.
that's what
yeah,
I get
in
from
the
it.
zone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of dig
okay.
it.
That will
It's
help
okay.
you get your trial success rate up, I think.
Oh yeah. Not being
Have
able to
headphones
hear
on?
what's
It'd be
going on.
9 and
around you.
8 instead of 8 and 9.
Blocking audio cues.
Yeah.
Blocking out my teammates.
No thinking, no strategizing, just tightening. It will make it better.
Just full send, baby.
Watts, am I crazy that Hunter armor doesn't really stand out to me at all.
I think you're crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
Because-
special about it?
Where's the cape, Briar? What do you think the cape is?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
a
Maybe
little
it's one
hood.
of
It's a
those like
hoodie.
strips that just goes down his back.
I'm pretty sure it's just a hoodie.
Okay.
It's just the cape is basically like, and I assume the cape part is like the hat and the hood.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that's all the cape. It's supposed to look like you're just wearing a hoodie, which I
Okay.
think is great. And I think
Yeah.
that would actually work with a lot of other armor that the hunter has, the more casual armor. I think you could mix
Sure.
and match it pretty easily.
He's got the shoes that separate your big toe from your other toes. Those don't look
Maximum
comfortable.
comfort. It's comfort. It's comfort.
I'm gonna chafe.
Mm-hmm.
How big are your toes?
I mean, my big one is literally called the
You
big
can't
toe.
just ask someone how big their toes are.
Next, we have Guardian against Guardian. So this is going into just basically that you're going to be fighting other classes. So it's not too much
And
in here. I
Supremacy's
don't
launching.
think so. Yeah, Supremacy is here. Deposit Valiance, play Supremacy. There you go.
Are they gonna tell us at the end like that, like who's got the most PvP kills, who's got the most like PvE points, or are they just gonna say
I hope
here's
so.
who won?
Like a full breakdown. I
I
don't know.
hope there's a full breakdown because I do like those. I want to see the number of which class had the most teams backing out. That's what I want.
That's gonna be hunters.
I mean, I want to. Yeah. I want to see how many Titan walls were placed. How many
Okay.
Hunter twirls were twirled? How many Warlock rifts were stood in?
We're
You know, that kind of stuff.
rifted.
How many
Rifted.
piss
Yeah.
pools were stepped in?
Yeah.
How much pee was peed?
I need new friends.
We all you got. You can't
so-
get rid of us.
Yeah, you are stuck. It's true. Blood in, blood out. TV's like, when did I blood
I
in?
have-
Did
I
they
have
steal it
con-
from me? I don't understand.
That's right.
Did they nip me in the night? So we have the event card. This is the paid portion, everybody. Paid.
Okay.
Paid for. And this is 1,000 silver, where you'll instantly unlock new rewards, and then you can unlock more with tickets. We don't know what those rewards are, but usually they're pretty meh. Honestly, they
Right.
usually get me with a shader. That's normally what it
Is
is.
that it?
There's a-
I do like the
normally
Guardian
what I get.
game shaders historically.
Yeah, there'd be some RGB shader again or something.
Oh, there might be. And then also it says if you earn the titles for the latest installments of Solstice, Fest of the Lost, and the Dawning, congratulations! You can earn the champ title. And
Oh.
you will also, and then when you get the champ title, you will also unlock the Reveler title. And
Good
that's
job,
if
champ.
you've got the title for all of the seasonal events. That's
Gotcha.
what you get that. There's also a Guardian Games Cup. So they've collaborated with 42 teams across 14 regions to see which class and region would come out on top. All those teams were invited, but this year we're opening the competition for everyone to join. So
Everyone.
we should get a team, and you guys need to switch to hunters.
No.
Well,
So-
what we could do is we all do a round as all hunters, do a round as all titans, do a round as all warlocks.
That's true. I could make a titan.
Mm-hmm. You don't even have one.
I could make a titan
What?
and buy Strand, so I can berserk down the road.
Yeah.
So it says gather your fire team from around the world to take part in the Guardian Games Cup, where you raise money for charity. Sign up and vie for your chance to be one of the top teams in either the technical or charitable categories.
Okay.
For the technical category, we'll be tracking each officially registered team's total number of medals dunked during the 3-week Guardian Games period. For the charitable category, we'll be tracking the total amount raised through the team's official Bungie Foundation sign-up page throughout the same period.
Cool.
So you don't actually need to be the same class. It's just medals dunked.
Hmm.
So you could probably just sign up a team of your friends. Doesn't really matter what they're playing, and just
Yeah.
see if you can do anything
Yeah,
cool.
but we would want to play Crucible, right? And so
Yeah.
if we want to play
No.
together, we got to beat it.
Briar's like, not me. Why are you putting me in here?
Come
I'm
on,
not
it'll be
doing it.
fun.
It'd be fun. Supremacy.
All the cool kids are doing it, Brian.
That's not true. Have you guys seen the rewards that you get if you win this?
Give it to us, Brian. Give us all the rewards.
So if you win the technical category, which is the one where you earn the most points, you get custom art of your fire team by, excuse me if I get the name wrong, Farian Art. And if you win if you win the charitable category winner, you get custom art of your fire team by Gamma Trap. That is a really cool reward, I gotta say.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
And those are some really good artists. So like their work is worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you're getting a big reward.
Yeah, that is a really cool prize. What a creative prize.
A couple of guys that have been, in the Destiny community doing art for a long time too.
Yeah.
The top 2 teams in both categories get a Guardian Games pendant, and they say it's got a $200 MSRP, so that must be a nice pendant. And then
It is, but it also says second place.
Yeah.
At the low image, it says second place. So you're getting an emblem that says you're a loser.
Well, no, I think you get it if you're first or second, right? Top 2 teams.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Top 3 teams in both categories get the Apricot Dawn emblem, and the top 4 teams in both categories get a $50 discount for Bungie store.
Now that emblem is going to be the thing that gets people signing up because they're going to be like, God damn it, there's a special emblem.
There are like those 100%ers out there that just need that emblem.
Like, are people going to cheat to get this? Surely.
Oh, what were people doing last time? That was.
It must be some AFK fun, right?
There's only going to be 6 of them out there.
Yeah.
You got to complete activities to get it. So I don't know. I mean, if you just joined strike missions and didn't get kicked from the fire team, would that give you medals? Probably.
You won't be able to cheat in the charitable category unless you have a lot of money and you donate it to your own.
That's the kind of cheating I can get behind. Just
give him money to charity.
Well, a lot of like activity completion challenges. Sometimes you'll have like jockeys where you've got your team, but then you also have jockeys who aren't technically a part of your team, but they're out there getting towards the end of activities, and then
then you jump in at the end.
Then you hop in, they hop out, the rest of your team hops in. You complete the activity.
A whole network.
But then you have a network of jockeys, so you're just going from completion to completion. But
here's how you game it.
Let's make a team, and that's what we're doing.
You say, I will give the Apricot Dawn emblem to the top donator. Assuming we win
$1 million.
Nice. Imagine the outrage if a streamer gets it by doing that, going, all right, who's got a thing? Yeah, let me jump in. Bing, medal. Who's got another one? Bang, medal.
People do that. That's a thing that people do.
Yeah.
If there's one thing we've learned about the Destiny community is that if there's a way to exploit or cheese anything, they will do it.
Right. And then they'll make a video about how you can do it too.
And then they will say, I'm just doing this.
Want to waste their time.
I'm just making this video because I want, the faster that everyone's doing it, the faster it'll get fixed. I'm just trying to help.
Just helping. The sign-up instructions, if you would like to sign up, it does say that you can get a fire team of 1 to 6 guardians. So you can just sign up by yourself. I don't know if you'll win anything if you're by yourself.
Hey.
It's going to be a lot of work.
Donating to charity is always a win.
That's true. Yeah, so you need a team captain who's going to sign you up, and then you put all your names in there, and then your team is locked, and the captain can distribute the links to the team members for all of the charity stuff. And then you can customize your team page, and you'll get a unique link to share with everyone for contributions. And there is also prizes for giving money during this period. $25 and above, you get the Quantum Relay emblem, which is pretty cool.
Copy that.
What do you think about it? Do you like it?
I don't like it.
No, I don't like it.
It looks... Yeah, I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
And the money is going to be going to Direct Relief and the International Rescue Committee equally. So, and there are
Mhm.
links in this article, so you can check out those charities as well.
One of these
But yeah,
days, they need to
gardening
put
games.
an emblem that has just a eggplant emoji on it, and that I will
Oh
pay
gosh.
Yeah. Correct.
Gardening games, May 2nd, everybody. May 2nd. I'm actually looking
Until
forward
May
to the Scout.
23rd.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
We're almost all
Scout
in May.
and the SMG, you'll probably get a fair few people jumping in, and
Yeah.
I think people will be keen to check out Supremacy and to muck around, hopefully, in the class matchmaking.
I kind of want that gun, so I think I'm going to compete in this for as long as it takes to get that.
Good.
Heck yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Briar, the
Maybe
hater of
Twab?
scout rifles, always gets excited when there's a scout rifle.
Yeah, I'm a coward at heart. I like to be in the back shooting you where you can't see me.
Briar and Tefty are holding hands in the swamp on Disjunction.
Speaking of disjunction, the next part of the TWAB.
Ooh, boy, let's get the vote in tabulators
Everyone
tabulated.
vote Disjunction.
Hey guys, there's a Trials
Please
community map
Do
vote.
not do that to me, Mylan. I actually have to play in that. Don't
Here
do
are
that.
your options, everybody. Rusted Lands, Convergence, or Disjunction.
Yeah.
I
Disjunction.
think Bungie's trolling me.
Does this picture of Rusted Lands? I don't think I've ever noticed the city and the skyscrapers in the background. Is that on the real map or is that just in this picture? I've never noticed that.
I think that's part of the skybox there in
Yeah.
old Russia, yeah.
Damn. Looks cool.
Like, what's going to happen is everyone's going to vote Disjunction as a troll, and then Bungie's going to go, see? People like
That's
it.
all I've been seeing on Twitter all day
This
is vote Disjunction.
This is what I'm saying. So this is what I think is going on, right? Okay. So Bungie brings connection-based matchmaking to Trials. They're like, hey, give him like a pretty bad map and like a bad reward. Okay, that's step number one. Oh, it didn't do as well as last week.
Conspiracy.
And then they're like, oh, hey guys, Disjunction Trials, connection-based matchmaking. And then they're like, see, people hate connection-based matchmaking. It doesn't work. This is their plan. I can see through them.
I'll have one Disjunction, please.
Gosh dang it.
Is this gonna be Immortal Week? Question. Because if you all
don't
PvE
know.
casual motherfuckers vote for Disjunction, and then Immortal is back, and you're like, oh crap. Good.
Then you got to
Good.
play in that swamp
Good.
that you voted for.
You sit in the swamp.
Here's
and you
the thing.
Like it.
Yeah, you don't like Disjunction, but it's probably a more casual friendly map because of the range on it. Like, you just get out the scout or the
Casual players
You know,
can't
pulse
aim
rifle.
with a scout rifle.
If you- I'm
aim
telling
assist
you
all
this.
over the place. What are
Shotgunning.
you talking about?
They're
If
running around
you-
shotgunning.
Be my guest. If that's your play, if you on your team just want to run out to the swamp and hardcore with scouts, me and my team will put barricades up and chill on zone and wait for it. I ain't gonna bother with it. Good
Mate.
luck.
I'm putting on me Shrek costume. Do you see that? To the Twitter rounds doing with this Shrek armor?
This is
I'm gonna
Moss
put on me
Swamp.
Shrek costume and get straight into the swamp.
You know it's gonna be Destruction.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
Maybe-
just don't understand that selection of maps. You know, Disjunction is like universally hated. Convergence is universally hated. The only one that's like a relatively well received map is Rusted Lands, but then in Trials it ends up being
Nice.
doorway fights, and a lot of people dislike that. So
Yeah.
it just seems like a really, I don't know. I don't want a lot of people throw around the word tone deaf. I don't want to do that. Maybe a little disconnected. Is the word for it. So it seems a little disconnected. I feel like you could have done a much better lineup. And you want to put in Disjunction there for the heck of it? Sure, fine. But the other two maps need to be bangers.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's two maps that people really don't like. And then one map which I like, Rusted, but like you said, it does turn into kind of a standoff in Trials, which can be not super fun and it's slow. And it's just we've never really had good maps up for voting when we've had the option to vote. It's always
Yeah.
been pretty bad. And I just
It's just
You
like
know
politics.
everyone- you know everyone hates Disjunction. So like, are they doing it to troll? Because the only way that I can see that this makes any sense is that they're like, this is gonna be funny. Watch this. This is gonna be hilarious. Because if you were doing this seriously, That concerns me.
Our Twitter chat backs that theory up lots.
Yeah. So, and the other thing, so speaking seriously for a second, because I know it's funny, and maybe it would be funny if it happened, but this is also going to be the next week that we are testing the new matchmaking. So we've just had like 2 really sucky weeks to actually see if this matchmaking is good.
Mm-hmm.
And with a playlist that's already like, PvP isn't doing so good. Not a ton of people are jumping into trials in comparison to the rest of the community numbers. To have this be what you're bringing to the table seems a little questionable. It's a questionable thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
So what's this saying is basically vote disjunction.
And then you better play it.
Out of
And if you
protest.
don't, I'm banning you.
You know what they should do is they should do like a March Madness style bracket with like all the maps, and then it like each week we like vote for like the East and the West, and then like like so each week you pick a winner, and then the winner moves on to the next week's matchup, and like so on. That'd be fun. And then at the end you get like everybody, like the community as a whole's favorite map, like a winning map.
I would prefer that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And it would last for, I don't know, quite a while, I would imagine, because you only get to vote once a week, and there's so many maps that you got to do like a competition between. But it'll last a month or 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this though, and I was like, "There's no way." I verbally was like, "Get out of here!" I just started laughing because I was like, who are you? Reveal yourself."
As soon as the TWAB dropped, I got a text message from my good friend KJ Hovey with a picture, a screenshot from the TWAB of the maps for voting, and then several expletives. Yeah.
Gotta be trolling, otherwise you're scaring me, Bungie.
You should have him on as a guest on the show again. It's been years since he's been on the show.
You should
I
have
would
Hovey.
love that.
He is such a good dude.
Yeah.
Don't let him hear me say that, though.
I won't. Absolutely not.
Flip it.
Strand is getting some buffs.
That's nice to hear.
What's happening?
Yeah. Grapple's gonna be even better. Grapple reduce the base cooldown from 105 seconds to 82.
That's so
And
good.
reduce minimum time between grapple activations from 2.5 seconds to 0.2 seconds.
0.2.
So good.
Whoa.
Because you remember
Really
when we
good.
played the Lightfall campaign and we were like, "Woo, Strand's so fun!
Yeah.
Look at me zipping!" And then you went to regular sandbox and was like, "Oh,
I don't be zipping.
I'm not zipping. There's no zipping."
Yeah.
And I think
That's
grapple
pretty
is an
nice, and-
ability that you can have a shorter cooldown than it currently is.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
That's
I
a
mean,
cool
I run
change.
double grapples in Cruci, so that's gonna be nice. Double grenades, get double grapples, bing bong bang, flying around
And if
everywhere.
Lego was here, he'd say, check out his newest video, which is all about using a certain perk with Strand Hunter
Oh,
that is only gonna get better.
okay.
You can use it on any class.
Yeah.
But
Like and subscribe.
yeah, go check out Lego Flash YouTube channel. It's a very good video. All of his videos are great.
Write Taint
but-
Scratcher in the comments so he
Right?
knows it
Yes,
was us.
please do. Please do. Please go to Lego's video and write Taint Scratcher. We need to spread it around. Spread the
I feel
word.
like that would especially confuse him.
Would,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Please do it though.
How do they know?
Hunters are getting a buff in their Strand melee, right? Your little
Yes.
what is it? That's not a throwing
Thread-
star. Whatever you throw
threaded
out, it comes
spike.
back.
It's a threaded
The rope
Threaded
dart.
spike.
Yeah, it's a rope dart.
Rope dart. Yeah, 50% increase damage to PvE combatants.
That's
Wow.
nice.
Or around 55%.
That's
Yeah.
good.
And travel range is going to be increased.
That's good. 'cause it's
By
actually pretty
30%.
short.
Yeah. And reducing the speed of the dart as it comes back, making it easier to catch, which is good because honestly, when I first started playing Hunter, like I've only just unlocked the Strand subclass because I've been playing Titan the whole time. I was like, when there was a lot of visual stuff on screen, I'm like, my boom rise. I'm like, I can't see me dart coming back. Like, and everyone's like, look, there's a visual cue down the bottom, like, on your melee button, like it flashes a different symbol or something to catch. Like, bro,
It's
I can't look
very
at two things at
fast.
once.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
looking at
also
the
an
screen.
audio thing, but it's like you hear it and you see that as soon as you got it, you got to press the button. So there's no like
Yeah.
kind of room for you to be like, oh, it's coming. I'm gonna press the button.
Oh, you can just hold melee?
You can just hold the melee button and it'll auto catch it when it comes back.
Oh, that's cheating.
I
Okay.
ain't walking around holding my
Um,
melee button. I'm busy.
Hitting other
Shooting
buttons.
I'm hitting other buttons.
So many buttons.
Yeah. You can also increase energy. They're going to increase energy gain from catching the dart as well, depending on the
That's
numbers
good.
of enemies hit.
Because you do not get a lot
And
of
it
that.
goes through Cabal Phalanx Shields. It's
That is also good.
Juicy buff.
Because I experienced this yesterday where I threw it at a Cabal and he was like just recovered from me shooting him. So he put his shield back up and I was like, great. Does nothing. Does nothing at all. Just,
Yeah.
You have a dancing barrier too.
yeah. And make it suppress Crucible players. And poison.
Yeah, but it's going to be
Go
good with
Titan
the
walls.
Assassin's Cowl, right?
Oh yeah, Strand Hunter in PvE with Assassin's Cowl is great.
Yeah. It'll be nice. Very nice.
Then we have an artist reference collection, which is actually really cool.
This
that
is
Bungie
really
is doing
cool.
this.
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the TWAB, basically it's giving you close-ups of they're using Nezarec as an example here. So if you want to cosplay him or you want to draw him or whatever you want to do creatively, thank you, Malin. You
Okay.
have the references for all of his stuff.
But there's so many things in here. There's like Keitel and Anna Bray and
There is,
Crow
yep.
and Drifter. Oh, you could do fan art of you killing Crow over and over again with high res reference art.
I do like the back shot of Callus.
Oh yeah,
Look at that. That's a
Ooh.
dumpy.
that's
Dumpy.
That is a nice
I got-
cape. Oh, the
I
one
got my
without
kids
his
saying-
thing?
Yes.
I got
They
my
cut
kids
his
saying
cape off.
dumpy now.
Milo's looking at his cape like, that is a nice cape.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah.
With no cape?
Yeah.
Those legs are thick. Tree trunks.
They are.
Absolute
Look at those
airlander 10.
toenails.
Look at those toes.
Look. This is great. I saw a lot of
Oh.
artists being like, "Oh my god, thank you so much."
yeah. This is really incredible, and they're gonna keep adding to this. They said.
Yeah, they said
yes.
keep this page bookmarked. So
Yes.
there is a link that's the link I'm on right now, which has got all of them in there. So I think keep the page bookmarked and it'll get updated there.
Yeah, it's gonna be
essentially.
really useful to
You'll be able
artists,
to-
to cosplayers, to everybody. It
Yeah,
does
no
like
doubt.
art in Destiny. This is
very
amazing.
cool.
There is Marisol.
Whoa, Osiris doesn't do leg day. Look at those skinny chicken legs.
Wow.
He's an old man.
Oh man.
Grandpa.
Grandpa,
Bro.
please put your skirt back on.
Grandpa, you can't wear leggings like that. It's-
He actually looks like Grandpa. Oh,
Nah,
alright.
Nimbus
Oh, no,
does
Nimbus.
have a nice booty.
Dumpy as well. Very nice.
Is there anything else in the
Oh,
swap?
now we're just looking through them.
We're just looking
now
at
we're just looking
booties.
at butts.
Yeah.
Exotic ornament winner.
Oh, okay. Who,
Oh,
who
yeah.
won?
With a horde.
Lame. You all suck.
We're the odds.
What were you
Yeah.
wanting?
Either of the other ones, actually. Thunderlord or
Izanagi-
Izanagi. Yeah.
Izanagi already has some like very good ornaments.
Yeah,
like
well,
the
it's a
Ronin
cool-looking gun.
ornament. So cool.
It's like a sniper rifle and a
Told ya.
sword combined.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different directions you can go in there. And Thunderlord, I don't know. There's just a special place in my heart for Thunder.
Someone made a really good point about with the horde. Someone's like, great, now we've got an ornament that's about 2 seconds on your screen. I'm like,
That's right.
kind of a good
Swap
point
up.
because you
That's true.
yeah, you just press shoot and then like swap. Like, I didn't actually think about that.
I didn't really have a horse in this race, unlike the last
Yeah.
race. So I'm
Me
like,
neither.
whatever. I don't care about any of them. I love Izanagi. I think
Mm.
Izanagi is great, but as you said, there are some really incredible. It's probably got the best ornaments. It's really good.
It does have very good ornaments.
Was there
Um,
some? I'm trying to recall from Twitter whether this is true or not. Is there some official collab between Destiny and like an anime or something, or was that a troll?
oh, Arc Knights. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. So it's a gotcha game that has an anime. The anime came out like very recently. But yeah, Arc Knights is a gotcha game.
So
But
wait, are we getting like Arknight armor in Destiny?
I
Is that what's
wish,
happening?
Mylan. I wish. If you look up Arc Knight characters, they look so good. I would die to have any of it put into Destiny. But I think it's just a one-way collab where there's like a kind of Destiny story in Arc Knights.
Really?
I think so.
What's the lore on that?
You can watch the anime. It's on
There you go.
Crunchyroll. Go look
Copy
at
that.
it. Yeah.
Um,
Oh, there's also an Among Us emblem. There's a free code for an
Oh,
Among
that's
Us
right.
emblem. So
Oh,
go
cool.
grab that.
and there's pets. In the
There's
store's
pets.
got a pet package right now.
Pet
Emote pet package. You get the worm, you get the dog, get the cat, get the chicken.
You do. You get all of them.
Yep.
To be fair, they're some of
That's
the better
about it.
emotes. They're really good.
Hey, did you guys see?
Yeah.
You might have heard of this news from other sources. I heard of it by watching Aztec Cross's video, looking for lore, but unfortunately, this one wasn't about lore. But he had a video about Bungie was actually hiring, or they had like hiring, I don't know, advertisements out for people who know Unreal Engine, and the speculation that was that maybe the next Bungie game might be made with Unreal Engine. But if they're looking for people, if they're hiring now for people who have Unreal Engine experience, like that game is still a long way out, right? They're not
Long way out.
I
they're
would
not
think
even
so,
building the engine
yeah.
yet. They're not even like,
Yeah.
they don't hired the people to build it yet.
Yeah, I mean there's no reason why like other Bungie games can't be on different engines if it serves whatever game they're making really well.
I think they've
So
said that specifically.
Yeah.
Publicly. Yeah.
it's just Destiny's a complicated game. Okay. It needs a special.
Yeah, it
one.
is.
Yeah. But yeah, it
I
was.
just,
I
I just
can't-
want them to
I can't
announce
wait.
something. I can't wait. I can't wait for them to announce something. I'm just gonna be.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, me too. But I mean,
I don't know.
like
I've never
we know
been-
they've been
I've never
working on
been in a
other
position
games
like
for
this.
years and years. What was that? Like, was it NetEase that like hired them to make something? Like, I don't know. I feel like that was still Destiny
A
1 days.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A long time ago. NetEase stuff was. Yeah, I've never been in a position where I've like been with a game, a franchise, a game developer for this long. So I'm gonna be new levels of like fandom or angry with whatever
Yeah.
they release. I don't know.
Oh, actually, on that kind of side of the news, there was, I think Bungie put out a patent for mobile game controls. Like,
Wah, wah.
I mean, hey, if there was a Destiny that I could play on my phone that also like worked with Destiny, I think that'd be pretty cool. But we also don't know if it's going to be Destiny, right? We don't know. We know
Right.
that they're at least making, I'd say at least 2, because we know there's an FPS and we know that there's like this whimsical game, which the only thing that I know about it is whimsical
Yeah.
based on the job listing. Unless it's a whimsical FPS, but I don't think it is. So yeah, I mean it could be any game that would be coming to mobile.
Yeah. I mean, we don't even know if it's gonna
Yep.
be like Destiny related. It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah. I'm just
could be a
saying, if I got
walkthrough game.
SRL on mobile that
Mhm.
gave you gear that transferred to Destiny, I'd play it.
Yeah, you just gotta pay $5 to play every race. It's fine.
That's the one thing about the mobile games. That
Yeah.
they're money
True.
makers. They are money makers.
You want to do
Yep.
some Twitter questions?
Announce new game.
Before
Yeah.
we do that, can we have a quick segment about non-Destiny stuff real quick? Because we're
hell
not
yeah.
doing side quest at the moment.
No.
Oh,
An Armored Core trailer announcement trailer was today
That looked good, right?
with a release date. Yes.
When's the release date? I didn't even notice the release date.
August 25th.
Oh, that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that trailer was hype.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It looked so good. All of the environments look incredible. The action in Armored Core is generally like pretty fast, fast-paced shoot 'em gameplay.
Yeah. Big
But
robots do boomies.
big robots, lots of fast-paced action, but there's also a very intricate build making part of Armored Core where before every mission you're like perfecting your mech, and that's a really important part of it. So I can't wait. This year is crazy for games.
Yeah, this is a top 10 year. The Street Fighter 6 demo is out. I've been playing that basically all week, and it's super fun. I can't wait for that game to come out. That comes out in less than a month now. No, a little over a month. June 2nd.
Yeah. Right at the beginning of June.
Yeah. Zelda is right around the corner. Star Wars Jedi Survivor comes out tomorrow. Yeah. People are still loving RE4 remake.
The Horizon new DLC just dropped as well.
That did just drop, yeah. Man, that looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
Visually,
I'm
that
hoping
game
to
is
dive
gorgeous.
in this weekend. I love that game. I wish I had more time to play it.
I wish there was just more time. Sleep is so overrated. Imagine if you didn't have to
Yeah,
sleep and you
that
could just
sucks.
like have that extra 8 hours to do whatever you wanted instead of like you were forced to sleep.
I would prefer that.
Yeah.
With the option of sleeping, because getting comfy and falling asleep is kind of nice, but like I don't have to.
Yeah, but like every day, like come on.
Maybe once a week.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that. I did just get a new pillow though, and this pillow is chef's kiss. It's real good.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. What's the pillow?
I
What's
don't know the
inside of
brand,
it?
but it's a firm down-fill pillow. And it's like it's bigger than the average pillow, and I'm a side sleeper, so it's nice. It keeps my head up instead of like sinking in.
Yeah.
But it's so soft.
What anime?
Huh?
What anime?
Lost me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
What guess? What's guess? Anime pillow? Like what anime is on the front of it?
Oh no, I only get myself on my pillows. I sent one to watch one time.
Bella plays around that pillow.
Ah,
She
good.
I put it as a little arch, and she goes in between it and plays around it. She loves it. She stole it from me.
But tip: if you got a Bed Bath Beyond near you, they're going out of business and they're having some sales.
Oh.
So
I didn't know that.
There you go.
I might go.
yeah, I don't know how that store goes out of business because it's literally the only place I ever buy bedding like in person.
I don't think you can keep them in business just by yourself, though, bro.
And it's always busy when I go in there, though. It's always busy.
What didn't have something to do with like? I could be wrong, but I feel like they got like a huge loan or bailout money or something, and then invested it in some random bullcrap.
Crypto NFTs. It was
And-
NFTs.
And and yeah,
That market's going really
and it didn't
bad.
go well.
Take notes,
market
Square Enix.
Yeah, that market is, unless you jumped on it right when it was hot, you are wasting your time.
Unless you're the person selling it, it's probably not for you. It's probably not a good idea.
I saw that there's less users now, basically, than ever in all NFT stuff. So
That's good.
at least something good's happening in the world.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, I only just brought these up, but the Twitter questions, I'm going to start at the bottom and make my way
I'm
to the
sure
top.
they're great because my
sure.
prompt was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't understand the prompt. Can you explain it to me? You said, join us tonight to vote between a poop stain, a migraine, or a toothache. Leave your greatest hits of choices below for the crew to choose from. What? Is that just your life right now?
Oh, the trials map voting.
Oh, I see. Okay. I got you. My bad. I didn't connect the
Yep.
two. What
Yep,
would you choose?
that's
A
it.
poop stain, a migraine, or a toothache?
Probably a poop stain. You just clean that.
Stain. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't
Now
last
right
all
out the
day.
others.
Just change
Yeah,
your underwear,
yeah.
take a shower. You're good to go. You can't shower away a migraine.
It'd be a harder choice if it was a chart at the beginning of the workday. That would make it a harder choice.
That would be.
Yeah.
Could you just leave and you could put your butt in the sink?
Yo,
and
I
go
don't
buy
want
some
any
new-
job that I couldn't leave if I shit my pants.
You must stay in here, and everyone's like, "Boss, please, it's
No.
really smelly."
No.
we need this guy's
I
gotta
quit.
go.
If I cannot leave because I have a load in my pants, we have a deal breaker,
That's when you know you're working for Amazon.
right?
Sorry, boss.
Sam says, twofer, would you rather questions? Would you rather always be the person known to microwave fish, or be the guy at the urinal who pulls his pants all the way down? Tough choice. I mean, the
do
guy
love
who
fish,
microwaves the fish is going to enjoy that fish. It's just everybody else who has to suffer. But I wonder in his head if he's not like silently laughing. People have to smell my stinky fish.
Well,
all
that
day.
also is the same as the whole urinal thing, right? The guy with his pants down his ankles is probably really enjoying it, but no one else.
So
is.
free.
I don't know what it's like in there. I don't know. Is it common? What's the percentage of pants all the way down to the ankles? That you
Oh,
see?
it's less than
It's
a tenth
not
of a
common.
percent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's rare to see,
And
but
it
you
always
notice it
takes
and
you
you
by
remember it when you do see
surprise.
it.
Yeah.
But
It
you
always takes you
also-
by surprise when you see a grown man peeing like a toddler, their pants all the way down.
Now I
You
want to
just
be
see
that guy.
naked
I think we're
arms.
going to start doing that.
I used to, when I was younger, I used to love walking into a public restroom if there's there's like 7, 8 urinals and only one guy is using one. Pick the one right next to him. Every time.
Why?
Because
empowerment.
He's got a big bong.
uncomfortable.
you have to establish the pecking order. You know?
Becker order.
That's
Power
right.
move.
The packing order.
Power move. It's a
And
power
then,
move.
as he's like, this guy's seriously not picking the one right next to me, that's when the pants go all the way to the floor.
You just start up a nice little conversation right there.
Great name for free balling.
Would you rather be a super loud farter or a silent farter?
Silent ones are usually real stinky.
That's true. Well, super
True.
loud ones can be inconvenient when you just kind of want to sneak one out in like aisle 8 at Walgreens while you're picking up some
Yeah.
dog food.
They can be comical too, though.
They can be.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
live a life with no loud farts.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
true.
Yeah.
If it's real
You're
loud,
robbing
it's just
yourself.
funny.
Yeah, you're
Good
robbing
time.
yourself of a lot of joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, you don't want to be the person getting a massage and then you do the silent ones.
I mean, I'm hoping I'm not farting at all in that situation.
Briar, do you have any recommendations for medication you can take before you go to like a masseuse
Beano.
or,
Yeah, Beano.
for your farts?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good. There you go, guys. Go
Yeah.
get yourself
Good
some.
for like young men getting into dating. Maybe you have like some gassy tendencies. Take a Beano before you go out, and you won't be farting during your date. Bladey McBlanderson says, how careful are you about following laundry instructions? Like, if something says hang to dry, will you roll the dice on drying it in delicates in the dryer? I don't buy anything that I
literally-
can't just throw in the laundry. And my
Right.
wife won't let me wash any of her clothes because I have fucked
Yeah.
up too frequently.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like, if I'm ever touching anything that doesn't belong to me, when it comes to laundry, I follow the instructions. If it's my stuff, I do not care at all.
No. The last time I looked
I
at the
just-
instructions are when I bought it and made sure that I could just throw it in the washer.
Well, I
That's
don't.
true.
It's not that I read the instructions. It's that I hold the item up and holler at my wife. What do I do with this?
You get, you can get those little bags that you put clothes in to
Yeah,
wash stuff.
yeah.
No, I don't know.
Briar's like, no, I don't
What's
know.
that?
So it's usually you put normally more delicate things in the bag so it doesn't get like
Like a mesh
snagged.
bag.
Yeah,
Oh.
like a mesh bag,
Yeah.
so it doesn't get snagged on the washer or the dryer. So if something says delicate, I'm like, so I could put it in the bag on cold. That's okay, maybe.
It's reasonable. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what I do, and then I'll probably hang that up because I'm scared of it shrinking, looking like a baby.
Oh, suits go to the dry cleaners though. So I do have suits, and they always go to the dry cleaners. Like
That's
the
the
whole
only
thing.
thing.
put it in the hang it in the bag thing that it came in, and bring it over to the dry cleaners. But that's funeral wedding kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right after the funeral
yeah.
or the wedding, I try and bring it right to the dry cleaner so it's ready for next time.
The only thing I've changed with like actually hanging them up to dry is my like jiu-jitsu gis, which are starting to shrink. Either that or I'm getting fatter, but I like to blame the dryer.
Yeah.
You
It's
gotta
easier
wash
that
those in
way.
cold water, man. That's all cotton.
Yeah, it's all cotton, 100% cotton.
Yeah.
Autobot Dawson says, do you ever wish the Destiny community was more positive overall? After primarily switching over to the Monster Hunter community, it is a night and day difference on the ratio of positive compared to negative.
It is. Yeah.
I suppose I do, honestly. Yeah, I do
You're like,
wish it was a little more
that would be nice.
positive. It can...
Yeah,
But do you think it's mainly like, do you think it's like Twitter or Reddit? Like, I wonder
No,
which
it
parts of
happens
Monster
in
Hunter he's
Twitch
talking
chats
about.
too. Is like, I remember being like streaming and just like all of a sudden be like some bad news came out that day in the Destiny community. It was just like a miserable day because that's all anybody wanted to talk about, and I just could not give a shit about it. Like.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I don't think I really get much negativity in Twitch chat when I play any other game. Now I think about it. Like any other game. Milo, if you sit in PvP enough, don't worry, you'll have them come in.
Well, and that's the thing, like, I think obviously anytime you have a game where there's a PvP aspect to it, it is by nature competitive. You're competing against other players. So anytime there's a player against player aspect to a game, you sort of welcome the competitive nature that kind of comes out in people, and that's not always pleasant. So
yeah, like if you look at the Apex community right now, that ain't going so good. Or the Warzone community, they hate it. They're going crazy. So I think if you compare
Call of Duty is like top of the line
True.
shitty community.
Well, Valorant, really bad. Overwatch, really bad. It's all really bad. So I think maybe if you compare to other PvP communities, you'd probably find that it's maybe a little bit better in Destiny because it's diluted by non-PvP.
Yeah, and I think there are kind of safe places for Destiny players. Like that, is it Low Sodium Destiny on Twitter? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
I think that's what it's called. That's generally a more positive place to hang out. Sometimes even that can get a little negative. Also, if you can find streamers who are generally positive, I think, TV and Watts are both good examples of that. You're generally pretty...
Not Milo.
No, not Milo.
Guys, come to me when you got to complain.
But yeah,
I will say the casual PvE guys in Destiny are also pretty toxic too. So it's not just the PvP portion that's like bringing the toxicity. There is a lot of toxicity from even casual players of Destiny.
Yep. Toxicity does not discriminate based on how talented you are at a video game.
No.
So some people are just a-holes, whether they're really good or really bad at the game. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. True enough. Kane Shin Phoenix says, if Bungie were to make candy or chocolate named after their exotic weapons, what would your favorite be? Excuse me. What would your favorite be? What flavor and textures would they have?
Is there anything that sounds delicious? The Jade Rabbit. It would be Briar, but candy.
That's rude.
Green colored Briar candy.
Thunderlord would be a chocolate flavored laxative.
Oh, Sweet Business is a good one.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Sense.
What kind of?
Oh yeah,
What would it be? Something sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet is business in the front, sweet in the back.
What are those hearts called that have like the little like "I love you" written on them?
Oh yeah.
That's what Sweet Business would be.
Yeah.
Remedy Boot
I'm just
says,
having a look for exotics right now.
not an answer to above, but just want to apologize for my lack of commas last week. Hope all are well and keep up the great entertainment you provide to us all. Not accepted, Remedy. Not accepted. Sir
You
says,
burn Briar once, he doesn't let it go.
I accept it, but don't do it again.
Sir Gooch here. Question for Dr. Games. Do we know if tormentors are imprints of Nezarec because the witness used callous cloning technology to clone Nezi somehow? Hence the unholy union dialogue from Osiris when we first see a tormentor in Lightfall, Watts, Wave, and Mylan Doff.
This was my theory all along.
I miss
Excuse
like
me.
that lower character limit on Twitter. Remember, it was like 144 characters. God, that was a fun time on Twitter.
Those were the good days.
Mhm. I'm gonna have to check in with Az to cross on that one. I'm not too sure.
Check in with the number 2 lore expert in the world.
I think it's totally a thing. You don't think it's a thing? I think it's a thing. They look exactly like Nezarec. They're like
Yeah, I
messed
don't know
up
why.
Nezis.
Yeah,
I think
imprints.
they
I
were
don't think I've read
trying
anything about them.
to- I think they were trying to bring back Nezarec, and they were trying to clone him to do that. And here we are. Imprints.
Hugo Rune 79 says,
Imprints.
if you could live in any TV show or movie but had to work a mundane job within that world, which show or movie would you choose and what job would you have? What is
Oh, I love
like, the best
mundane
world?
jobs in like I just want a game where I can deliver mail or a game that I can fish, but the game is just like great. It's just a nice world.
Are there
Sure.
any mail carriers that listen to the show? Can you write in and tell me, is that actually a nice job? It seems like it'd be just a really pleasant job. Not UPS driver or FedEx driver. That seems kind of stressful because you're on like such a tight schedule. But just like a regular mail carrier in like a friendly
Letters.
neighborhood, it seems like a nice job.
I feel like when I was in England, like the mail guys that are in villages, like really nice picturesque villages, and they're just like
Yeah.
riding their bike around. That seems
They-
fine.
Yeah, that'd be
They know
awesome.
everybody. They know everybody's pets. You know,
They do, yeah.
It seems like a pretty chill
And
gig.
we give them a card for Christmas, being
like,
like, "Thank you. Here's some money."
Hey, do you really need this mail when it's like raining or snowing? You don't. It can wait a day. It's not that big a deal. What's in there? Bills mostly anyway.
Yeah, no payments coming in the mail anymore.
No, that all comes through like PayPal and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Or direct deposit.
but we did
What
not
world would I
answer this
wanna
guy's
be in?
question.
Oh, right.
Mm,
My bad.
world.
You know what? Well, it was a TV show,
don't know.
right?
Yeah.
Put me on Gilligan's Island. I'll do a mundane job
Okay.
on a tropical island far away from civilization.
Not bad. You could be like the professor. Like you're
Yeah,
always kind of
it's
like
pretty
tinkering
chill.
on stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's probably something from Studio Ghibli, because their worlds are always gorgeous, and I will happily
Also, though,
run like
somewhat
convenience
terrifying.
yeah, the terrifying and sad ones.
Yeah.
I want to be in those
Yeah.
ones. Put me in the happy place with all the nice plants and pretty pictures.
Hmm.
I'll be the grocery store person, serving my fellow homies.
Homies.
I can't think of like a good like I want someplace that's really safe, but also really fun. But that's not what makes good TV and movies. Like usually there's like a dangerous
Right.
element here,
Safe
and
and
I don't want that. Like I'm kind of happy where I'm at, you know. Like
What if it's like a world where the outside is scary, but inside the little bubble that's protected by massive walls and security, it's actually really nice.
Okay, so like
That's probably a thing.
we live in like the Resident Evil world, but we work at Umbrella, so we're safe.
Yeah, true.
Matt says, pick one: spending the day at the DMV, spending the day at jury duty selection, or spending the whole day in bumper to bumper traffic. Oh, I'm definitely eating bumper to bumper traffic. No way.
Yeah, it makes my
Maybe
legs
jury
tired.
duty. I've never had to do jury duty before, so
Yeah.
I don't know how painful
And then
that
maybe
is.
at the end you get a super cool case. It's like, ooh,
Maybe.
juicy
maybe.
gossip at the end. Maybe.
Yeah.
And you at least get some decent stories out of it, hopefully, you know?
I mean, I've been to jury duty selection. It's not that bad. Usually you're out of there like like pretty early in the morning, assuming because mostly the cases get settled or something before you even go to selection. So you just got to show up in the morning. So usually it's just me playing like a Switch or something in like this lobby full of
Right.
people. Whereas the DMV, I don't know, is somehow more stressful because I've got like the ticket like at the deli counter and I'm constantly
That's
looking at
true.
the number change. I'm like,
That's
Yeah.
right.
yeah, that's a little more stressful. And
And then when you do get there, they're rude.
yeah, super rude, right? It's like, but bumper to bumper traffic is the worst because that you have to actively be engaging in. So you can't even
Yeah,
play your
yeah.
Switch or anything. You just got to like sit there and be bored. And to spend a whole day doing that sucks. Although newer
Yeah.
cars can like do bumper to bumper traffic by themselves. So you could kind of, just kind of space out a little.
I've seen these little snippets on TikTok from apparently a TV show where they set one person up for jury duty and everyone's like,
my wife
everyone's
just
an
finished
actor?
that.
Really?
Yeah, she loved
yeah.
it. She was showing me clips
They
from
just,
it.
like-
It looked pretty funny.
Yeah, like one guy would get up who's an actor and he's like, yeah, I'm racist. Just say something like that. Like, the
To
dude's
try
like,
and get out
"What
of
are you
it.
doing?"
Well,
So
like,
what are you doing?
I guess, yeah. So, yeah, the premise is that everyone's actors. It's like the Truman Show,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
but for real. And so the poor one guy that doesn't know what's going on, and they basically are just messing with him the whole time and putting him in really awkward situations and seeing how he's going to react to it. But one of the core parts of the show is that a famous actor has to show up, like a known famous actor. I don't know if I want to spoil it for people who might want to watch it. Has to show up to jury duty with this guy. So he's like excited. He gets to meet this guy for the first time, but he has that actor has to pretend to be really vain.
Oh, okay.
Like, so he's like meeting as a hero, but then he ends up being a real big a-hole. But it's the clips from that show look pretty funny. I'd probably.
Do you guys remember
the
a
whole thing
show?
myself.
I think it was from like the early 2000s when reality TV was like super hot. I want to say it was called like Average Joe or something. Maybe somebody in the chat will be able to remember me of the name. But it was this one dude who goes to a reality show and everybody else is actors. So they're constantly fucking with this dude. This only one dude is actually on a reality show, but he thinks that like he's with like 12 contestants.
Oh, that's so
and they're
mean.
doing like challenges and they're like doing all sorts of awful stuff, but everybody else, Joe Schmo, okay, everybody else is an actor and they're all fucking with him. But the problem is that this dude was so likable that you could not help but feel for him. And then, like, the only path forward was you knew the reveal was coming. There was no prize at the end. He was just going to get fucked and find out that this was all just, like, this big scam.
Prank, yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. It was one of the best things I've ever seen on TV, but it was also awful because you just felt so bad for this one dude. Yeah, the
Fun
end
fact,
was messed
if
up.
you want to get out of jury duty, and I think you can get out of it a lot of time by saying, "I don't trust the police any longer."
Fuck the police. Just,
You can just
bring
say,
like
"I
a...
personally believe a cab," and they'll go, "Oh, well, we have a policeman testifying here, so we can't."
Well,
have you."
I don't trust him.
Well, so this is a bit of a side tangent, but in Baltimore, when there was a bunch of police violence against the people that they were
You're going to have to be more
policing.
specific.
Oh, it's been multiple times. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's a show about it.
You
I
mean
forgot
from
the
the
name
beginning
it
of
now.
history till now?
Baltimore has not had a very good police time, but they were actually really struggling to get jurors for any of their trials because no one trusted the police.
Yeah.
And they had a police guy or woman being on the stand having to do a testimony, and everyone was like, "Nope, we own this city." That's what it's called. Yeah, we
Yeah.
own this city.
With John Bernthal.
Yeah, that was a great
Yeah.
show.
Really good show, and based on the actual facts that happened. But yeah, they couldn't get any jurors because of that. So that's, yeah, there you go.
Let's see here. Three Bros, One Controller podcast says, random roll on a fart. What stats would you want since we have new perks? Also, the question long ago made me love the pod. Random roll on a fart.
Destabilizing rounds.
No, thank you.
I'm gonna be rolling past crowds of people.
How about shoot to loot? Fart and profit.
Explosive payload. But God willing, definitely not hatchling.
Oh, yeah, that'll be scary seeing one of those.
One rounds. That surprisingly works really well.
Yeah,
It does.
does.
It actually does. There's a lot of very good options.
Yeah.
Cluster bombs.
Killing wind. That's another good one.
Explosive lights also good.
Yeah.
Very good.
A lot of good ones there.
Wow.
I lost my spot here.
List.
Holly says, if you could replace all the grass in the world with something else, what would it be and why? I don't know about
Lemongrass.
that. Lemongrass? Is that what you said, TV?
Yeah.
What? I'm not sure what the difference is. What's the difference between regular grass and lemongrass?
It smells pretty. You can do
That's the
clover. Doesn't hurt anything. It's good for the ground.
Okay.
Bamboo trees.
Replace it with anything?
Yeah.
No, mattresses or something.
Mattresses.
That's gonna get real nasty in about 2 months. I don't
like
think
tumble
I
mats,
would
like gym
replace it.
mats?
I'm gonna choose to keep the grass. I think.
Oh, marijuana. That's a good choice.
I
Yeah,
don't
free
know,
for all.
I mean, it's not that hard to get marijuana.
But it'll be everywhere.
In Australia, it is.
It'll be everywhere. It's like we'll finally be able to pick apples from the tree.
But you want like a lawn of like marijuana trees?
Sure.
All right, you're selling me on this, honestly.
I was like, well, okay, if you say so.
Bonfire at my house. Gotta do some yard work. Let's see here. MTL Rocker says, on a scale of 1 to Charlie Sheen, how great was Datto's last game engine video? Yo, that was pretty good. It was like 45 minutes of Datto going off.
It was so good. And the video was basically just saying, like, you guys don't know what engines do.
Yeah, you're
so
all
stop
dummies.
talking about engines.
45 minutes of you're a moron.
It was really good.
I laughed out loud a couple of times. I was having a good time watching that video. I was cleaning my office while I was watching it, and it was 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was great. It was really good.
I would like to see the dislike ratio on that though. I wonder how people got angry about it.
Oh, I'm sure Reddit was very mad.
Yeah.
They're always mad at Datto.
Yeah.
They are, aren't they? Yeah.
Shimazu Sama says, I'm still in Ireland for work after many months. Do y'all want anything before I leave? I'll take some single malt Irish whiskey, please. How about a shamrock shake?
Briar will take some French fries because he loves those in Ireland specifically.
They did basically ruin me on French fries. You know what I was surprised about Ireland is if you don't take the census, you know how there's like a census? They will like harass you. They'll come to your door and like be like knocking on your door, like, you got to fill out the census, bro. And there's like real ramifications if you don't fill it out. Have you guys ever filled out a census?
Pretty sure we did in England, actually.
Yeah.
I ignore it here though.
I wouldn't even know like where to like interact with it. Like I've never.
They mail it to you. Like,
do they?
Hey,
I've never seen it.
Questions.
Yeah. And then it's like in the last week, if it's a typical week, they ask you all the questions. Who worked? How many people worked? How many people are full-time streamer degenerates in your household?
It smells delicious here. Somebody's cooking something. I'm gonna go find out what it is. So should we wrap this one up, guys?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's been like 2 hours. Sounds good.
Close enough. Close enough for government work.
I don't have government health care, so I'm gonna have to talk to someone about that.
Do you want government?
This is a government job. Well, The
Yeah,
government
it's pretty good.
plays. They do
Yeah.
all the good stuff. Government jobs are the
So-
good. It's
Oh,
The
good.
worst
I
part
see what
about
you're
being a streamer is having to buy your own health insurance and all that stuff.
Marry
Oh,
someone with healthcare.
Yeah. Same, Watts.
Yeah.
I got that energy too.
let me go break the news to Steph.
Yeah.
Bad news.
Hey, what's
honey.
your healthcare plan? What?
All right, everybody. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week for plenty more Destiny news and hijinks. Have a wonderful
Hijinks,
week.
especially. I'm gonna have to request a pure
Mhm.
hijinks episode soon.
Okay.
Just exclusively hijinks.
Yes.
All right. You know,
I'll do
Yeah.
that.
I feel like there used to be a lot more hijinks because there used to be less news, right? Like the TWABs used to be like a
It's
paragraph and
true.
a half for like, and that's
You're
all
just
you
making
got for like
stuff
2
up as we
books.
went, yeah.
Yeah, screw you, Bungie, and
And
your
you're gonna
news.
like it.
You're ruining my vibes.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.